Welcome back to the second part of this Battle of the Partners challenge between Irish internationals Tom Hanlon and John Carroll. The guys played in the same contracts on all of the first 4 boards, and despite some differences in the play, they scored identically on every hand, so the scores are locked at 0-0 going into board 5.
Okay, so on third in hand, unfavourable. Nice hand again. 12, 13 count. With that an obvious 1 spade opening. And clear 2 heart rebid. Okay, he's invited. Okay, this is minimum values, but I do have nice cards. I have an average kind of 13 count for a vulnerable opening, third in hand. Partner's a passed hand. A lot will depend on where his cards are. If he doesn't have any wasted values in clubs, this could be a very good game. So I'm just going to bid game, hope for the best. We're vulnerable and it's imps. Not a bad dummy. Not a fantastic dummy. Looks like I'm going to need a little bit of luck to set up my tricks and not lose control, not run into a diamond ruff. It seems like I want to get to dummy to take a heart finesse. I have a couple of ways of doing that. I could play spades from hand, planning to ruff a spade at some point. Or I could use my diamond suit to get over there. Okay. We'll play the first trick anyhow and see. We'll find out where the king of clubs is anyhow. Good chance if I lead the jack of diamonds, it'll be covered. Which would be better than playing a dime to the queen and it losing. It leaves the entry situation a little more fluid. So I'm going to start with the jack of diamonds. The danger in this line is that I'm actually setting up the diamond ruff for them. I couldn't afford to play trumps from hand if the diamond is offside. So that now, and I know East is a passed hand. He's shown up with the king of clubs and the king of diamonds, and I need him to have the queen of hearts to avoid 2 heart losers and a spade loser. So it looks like the ace of spades is offside and the ace of hearts. So if I play a diamond up and run the 7 of hearts, it loses to the ace. My real danger now is that West gives East a diamond ruff. If I play a spade first, it's exactly the same. The West can win and play a diamond himself, and then when he gets in on the ace of hearts, he can give East a ruff. So my best chance might be to play a diamond up, take a heart finesse, hope that West started with 2 diamonds, and he has nothing better to do but play back a trump or open up spades or give me ruff and discard. I'm not very hopeful, but that seems to be don't like that. 9 of diamonds looks like a big card. Okay. You. That wasn't doubled. Okay. So West to the left with ace other hearts. Yeah, this is not good. When he wins the spade, he can cash the ace of hearts and force me with a club. I'm going to be going down a few here. So is there any way I can save some tricks? Not really, I don't think. Have to rough that. Just hope he's out of clubs when he wins the ace of spades. Unfortunately not. Okay, 3 off, that's not pretty. Minus 300.
A really difficult hand in the play, with at least 3 potentially successful choices at trick 2, including maybe leading the king of hearts from hand, but none of them are actually going to succeed as the cards lie. Let's see what Tom does with this one.
Okay, so partner's a passed hand. We have a nice little hand. Not too much above minimum opening. We've 13 points, but we've a little shape. We got both majors, which is always a good start in the fight to play a contract. So we'll open up one spade, show our opening bid, and see what partner bids 1 or trump, which is non-forcing, showing up to about 11 points. But we have an unbalanced hand. We may have a big heart fit, so we're going to remove this to 2 hearts to show 5 spades, 4 hearts, and less than 16 points because we would have jumped in the bidding or done something different. So we're bidding 2 hearts. Now, partner bids 3 hearts invitational. Now, my hand, pluses. I got 5-4-3-1 shape rather than 5-4-2-2 shape. Okay, so partner is raised to 3 hearts to invite. I've only 13 points and partner is a passed hand. So on the face of it, we don't have enough points for game. But on the plus side is that we have a nice little bit of extra shape. We've got a decent spade suit. We have ace and a couple of kings, rather than queens and jacks, which are more no trumpy type holdings. So we have a suit-based hand. I have a jack 10x of diamonds, which could protect me from a diamond lead or diamond onslaught. So, and we're vulnerable and we're playing imps. So it's, to me, this is a hand that is worth 4 hearts. It's not going to be probably a cakewalk to make it, but being vulnerable, I would certainly bid 4 hearts in this situation. So we're going to hope that the partner doesn't have the wrong cards like wasted values and clubs and really bad trumps. I'd like partner to have decent trumps. Be fantastic if they had something like queen to 5, but it would make. But I have the 10 of hearts, so I have potential finessing positions in hearts as well. So I'm definitely worth bidding 4 hearts. But we know I'm expecting this to be not straightforward. So jack of clubs lead, okay. Partner doesn't have a great hand for me, unfortunately. But let's look at our potential losers. We've none in clubs. We have 1 in diamonds. We're missing the king. We've 1 in spades, and we've potentially 2 in hearts. You got big concerns in this hand because you're stuck for entries to lead your trumps. You also don't want them attacking diamonds and potentially getting a ruff if the king of diamonds was certainly it was offside. So our first little effort here is we're going to create an illusion that we've got another club loser in our hand. by covering with the queen. It's very unlikely the guy has led from the king of clubs against the suit contract. If he has, we're going to be exposing our holding. But if I play the queen of clubs and the next guy plays the king, well, they're going to think I have another club, because why have I covered with the queen of clubs from dummy? This is sort of a little subterfuge to give them the impression that I've got a club loser. So let's play the queen, and assuming he's going to play the king, he does. So now it's going to be very hard for them to find the diamond switch when it's correct. Okay? So how do I get to dummy? Well, if I play diamond to the queen, I'm dealing with the problem myself. So should I just rely on the diamond finesse and play on trumps? But that's giving up on a heart holding that's favorable to me. So I'm going to start off with the queen of spades. So I see it was almost impossible for him not to come that card. You know, this may have been the wrong line. I should be playing a diamond to dummy and playing on trumps, or I could have been playing on trumps, but I've made my plan, so I'm gonna stick to it. Now that's a telling card. But oh, it was the other side. Okay. Okay, so now I'm not in a great position. He's just a diamond, so it looks like I'm going to be under a little bit of trouble here. But I have to go after trumps now. Yeah, so now I'm in big, big trouble. Big, big, big trouble. Diamond. No, I could still make it if the diamond finesse is working, but I don't have my chances. I shouldn't have played on trumps. This is not going to work out for well. I'm going to lose. I'm going to go down a lot of tricks here if this diamond finesse is wrong. So yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah. The earth is getting scorched for me on this one because I'm going to lose the rest of the tricks. A disaster. A disaster. Oh, sorry, I forgot the hearts were for one, of course. A disaster. I could never make it. I went down 5. That's terrible. Now, the most important lesson in these situations is to attach the blame and see if you can get some of it across the partner. And yeah, I think I can. Partner doesn't have a good hand. Jack 9-8 hearts, good heart pipped, but Jack to 4 hearts doesn't really have a very nice hand. I'd like to blame my partner a little bit in this one. But unfortunately, obviously, the holdings around the table were very poor for me. Diamond finesse was wrong. Hearts, all of them were offside, and they broke 4-1, which was cost me a lot of tricks. So I did not expect to go 5 off. I thought I was going to be favourite to make it. Like in these sort of situations, I need a partner to have better trumps, you know. Partner, I've shown 5 spades and 4 hearts. Partner's got a jack between those 2 suits. To me, it's a very aggressive 3-heart bid. You just have the wrong holdings for your partner. I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have bid 3 hearts. Obviously, I'm not very happy. I went 5 down, so that's probably coloured my thinking. But I do believe my bid I was justified in bidding on.
I didn't want to talk about this board at all until you played it. I thought I had a hideous result of -300, but you came to my rescue.
Yeah.
Again, though, I think we had the same thinking on as to whether to accept the invite or not. I think it's a pretty good 13 count. You've got good offense-orientated cards, good shape. Even the 10 of diamonds is a good card. Despite the result, I think I would accept an invite if I came across it again.
Yeah, to me, even though it's a minimum hand and we don't have enough values for the book, as the book says, for game, a lot of highlights in our hand, decent enough spade suit, and partner, remember, has bid one of trumps, so won't have 3 spades, so partner's going to have at worst 2 low spades, so I'm able to stop 2 spade losers, I have a bit of shape. I have the 10 of diamonds. I've even the 10 of hearts. To me, it was clear to bid 4.
Yeah.
As I said earlier on, I think my 4 heart bid is more clear than my partner's raised to 3 hearts.
Yes. Yeah.
Partner's shape.
I'm all in favor of blaming partner for this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Partner's shape is pretty bad,
Yeah.
Queen of clubs is probably not going to be carrying.
Yeah. No, you made an excellent point that he's got 1 point in our, our 2 long suits where we hold 9 or 10. We hold 9 or 10 cards.
Yeah, and the trump side, a trump suit headed by the jack is it means there's such a difference between the headed by the jack and headed by the queen.
Yeah.
In the honor cards, it needs your partner to have to complement the suit.
Yeah.
If you hold the jack, you need your partner to have king queen or ace king queen.
Yeah.
But if you hold the queen, you need your partner to have the king jack or the ace king.
Yeah.
A lot more holdings your partner can have to complement the suit to make the trick a loss less, if you know what I mean. If that's a way of saying it.
I think the problem with those north hands is for people who are playing very natural methods. I know you play a limited system, Carrot Club, and I play Carrot Club a lot, and I play Gazilli as well. Which changes things, but playing very natural methods, the 2 heart rebid can be quite heavy sometimes. So
Absolutely.
That might be colouring the sort of north.
Absolutely, it could, but there has to be sort of a cutoff. I think it's extremely close. After going down 5, my thinking mightn't be completely happy about it. So,
indeed.
So how did we differ in the play? I knew I was on the wrong track.
Well, I knew I was on the wrong track as well. There just wasn't any right track. I got lucky going after diamonds, and I think I could have even saved another trick in the play. We both played Queen of Clubs at trick 1.
Yeah.
Which I think you made some excellent points about the deceptiveness, and I think it's also it's helpful for just placing the high cards as well. Very likely he hasn't led from the King of Clubs, but when you play Queen of Clubs and you see it, then it's confirmed. It was a very difficult hand to play, or even to decide on the best line. Obviously, you want to have a couple of entries to dummy to play hearts twice, picking up Queen to 3. But at the same time, not run into a rough and not block the diamond suit and be able to take a diamond finesse and not lose control, and very difficult hand.
John making manful efforts not to smile there, as an even greater level of disaster unfolded at Tom's table than the one that had befallen him. Schadenfreude, as we say in the Gaelic. Tom was prescient when he said he wasn't expecting that one to be straightforward. The 2-trick difference finally separates this pair on the scoreboard, with a swing of 5 imps to John, so he now leads as we go into board 6.
So back to me, second in hand, favourable. I've got a 14 count, not a particularly attractive 14 count, and I wouldn't consider upgrading it. So it's a simple 1 club opening. 1 heart overcalled, double from partner. Double seems to guarantee 4 spades. And East has shown a good raise in hearts. It looks like partner will have a doubleton heart and 4 spades. And yeah, I think I have an easy 2 spade bid. Okay, so now I have a decision. I have a good hand for spades. Looks like partner has 4 spades, 2 hearts. The opponents look like they've got 8 hearts, but they could have 9 hearts. If I was going to make this decision on a simple total tricks, looks like we've got 16 trumps, 8 spades for my side and 8 hearts for their side. The partner knows this as well, so I'm going to let it around to partner. Oh, an interesting turn of events. I have a good hand, but I'm not gonna double this. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let's see now. Dummy is a good 11 count. To go with my 14 is 25. And that only leaves 15 for west and north. Is that right? 10, 11, 14, 25, 15 for west and north. North has found a positive bid. Led the 4 spades. Looks like a 4-card suit. I can see the 3 and the 2. What can West have now to have gone on to game opposite a pass partner? You have 6 hearts. Ace of clubs, ace, queen, jack to 6 hearts, ace of clubs. Looks like to beat this, we're going to need 3 diamond tricks and a club trick. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so that's the 6 heart hand gone. 5 hearts. Partner's trying the 7 of clubs and the 4 of clubs. Claire is eliminating spades, so he must be hoping for what's Claire's shape? So he's got 5 hearts and 2 spades. Could he have 4 diamonds and 2 clubs? 3 diamonds and 3 clubs? Seems like I have nothing better to do other than make sure I unblock the diamonds. Need 5 diamonds. Okay. That's an easy 10 tricks. Wow. We had a cheap save in clubs.
That game making much more easily than the auction suggested it might. Difficult for North-South to find the save, but well done for not doubling.
14 points, average enough 14 points. It's never great when you've 7 points wasted in a doubleton like that, because, you know, obviously ace king to 5 is potential for tricks in the suit. Ace king doubleton, well, I've only started with 2 tricks. So I start off with 1 club. So partner's doubled. Okay, well, I have 14 points. I have a decent hand. Partner has implied spades, so I'm going to bid spades to show that I want to compete in this auction. The 2 club bid, even though it's showing good support in hearts, has also told me that my partners should have no more than 2 hearts. So it makes our potential playing strength that little bit stronger. That partner, we don't have like 3 hearts, so I'm going to start with 2 spades and see where that gets partner. So 3 hearts has come in. Well, I've bid freely. I've shown my hand. It's going to be up to partner now to compete any further. Now they've gone to 4 hearts. This seems unlikely to make, especially after partner's action. Should I be doubling? The West hand didn't even compete over 2 spades. An ace is a passed hand, but trumps are breaking good for them. West might just happen to have a weak hand, but it's shortage in clubs or spades. So I'm likely to score 2 diamond tricks, but I don't like people getting away with things at the table, but I just can't justify a double. No trump tricks. I don't know their shape, you know, and they do, and they're bidding 4 hearts. I'm going to have to respect what they've done and pass, even though if it goes 2 down, I might be disappointed that I didn't pick up 500. So I pass. So Dummy's gone down with a maximum 11 points. Partner's led a spade from probably 4 spades. I'm looking at 2 diamond tricks and a club trick. Do I need partner to have the ace of clubs for us to score enough tricks, or do I need partner to have a diamond card as well? Partner's likely to have a singleton trump. So if the player could easily be making this, ace to 5 hearts, the queen of diamonds, and the ace of clubs gives partner not a lot of points for the negative double, to be honest. So I'm still optimistic we'll beat it 1, but you know, I can't say for sure. So that's a wasted point for partner. Partners pitching clubs, unfortunately. Claire is eliminating suits left, right, and centre. Cash the arms because I don't like this idea of getting end played. But if the Claire has got 2, 5, 4, 2, a rough and discard is going to be no good. So I'm going to play the king of clubs, and the Claire's okay. So at least we've partner's got the ace of clubs now. I would imagine. It won't matter. So like depends on if partner's the queen of diamonds. No, the Claire has been able to rough it. So now the Claire is making this easily. Wow, that was a bit of a disappointment. We should have bid more. We should have taken the sacrifice. Yes, we should have taken the sacrifice. Partner's got 6 clubs. Yeah, the sacrifice would have been very, very cheap. The best they could have done, even on a singleton club lead, would be to get a heart, 2 spades, and a club rough. So 1 down in 4 spades.
We did well not to double the final contract. It crossed both our minds. Something felt fishy about the board. Unfortunately, neither of us got into either 4 spades or 5 clubs. Both of them are cheaper than 4 hearts. I'm not sure what we could have done different.
Yeah, not a huge amount. We've bid 2 spades. We don't have any extra shape. We have plenty of defence. Again, this could be another candidate to blame partner. Because, well, your partner's got the club, the big distributional hand, and got like no defence. 4 spades, you have a singleton heart. I think partner is very close to being able to bid it. Okay. I don't think we can anyway.
Yeah. Okay, we'll chalk those imps out up to partner.
Yeah, well, I don't believe we could have done anything else. We both think it's probably going to go one off. Like,
felt like it was going to go one off. I was being a bit of a chicken not doubling it, but the auction was just a bit suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Felt like there was quite a bit of distribution.
The guys passed over our 2 spade bid.
Yeah.
And now comes freely bidding 4 hearts opposite a past partner. It all got a bit suspicious, all right.
John's very on board with Tom's blame your partner theme throughout this challenge. Presumably he doesn't feel the same when he actually is Tom's partner. Hard to disagree, though, that it's North who can see the potential for the sacrifice, and once again our intrepid challengers end up with the same score.
Okay, so first in hand, although I've got a nice hand, an obvious 1 club opening, and a 1 spade response from partner. So an interesting hand. I've got a good hand. It seems almost too good for a simple 2 club rebid. Not good enough for a reverse into 2 hearts. But I don't want to rebid 3 clubs because I'd be worried about losing the heart suit. So it looks like I'm just going to have to content myself with the simple rebid. 3 and a trump from partner. I've got a little left unsaid, but I don't think I can go beyond. Wow. Okay, we've avoided a diamond lead, which is good news. And we haven't missed 6 clubs, which is more good news. So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at 6 club tricks, 3 spade tricks, and a heart trick. Do I have any chance of making another one? Spade suit is hidden, but partner's bid a spade, so it's unlikely that anyone's going to throw a spade from 4. But still, we'll run our clubs and see what happens. Cash our ace of hearts just to see if anything interesting happens there. Spade gone on my right. Spade gone on my left. So I concede the rest. 10 tricks. 5 clubs would have been a bit safer, but all's well that ends well.
A hand full of good news, and pretty straightforward to play this time for a change. Will Tom do things differently in the bidding and avoid the high-risk no-trump contract?
So let's start with a club. 1 spade for my partner. Again, I have 15 points. Not really enough for a reverse. With Singleton King. I really just have to rebid 2 clubs. Like, with such a good club suit, you might reverse if your king wasn't singleton. If you king to 4 hearts, and you also queen in a singleton small diamond, you've a lot stronger potential hand. But I'm going to start off with 2 clubs and see where it goes. So our partner bids 3-0 trump. Again, we're going to have a very good hand for partner, but there's not much more I can do in front of partner, so I have to pass. We got very lucky here because they didn't lead a diamond. Partner's bit of 3-0 trump. You know, he's a bit stuck, but like most people would play 2 diamonds and his hand is just artificial enforcing, not guaranteeing a diamond suit. But anyway.
Nope. Same auction there, and Tom takes his 10 tricks.
Same issue. Hand, yeah, it's good hand, not worth the reverse. There's been a few hands like this session where you don't feel you've quite got your hand off your chest, but you just can't really add anything to the...
You can't justify, because if you look at just, like, I'm not a big fan of counting losers too often, but you've got like 6 or 7 losers. It's a terrible hand. A single king, it just loses its value completely, you know.
Yeah.
Turn the king of diamonds into king of hearts, give away the jack of hearts, and you're cold for 6 clubs with a point less. It's just
very different hand. Yeah,
very different hand. But now you could have bid 2 hearts possibly. You still would be stretching it, but it's.
My big worry on the hand was missing 3-0 trump. If partner had a little less.
Yeah, of course.
You miss your heart fit if you rebid 3 clubs usually. So.
Yeah, it's like so many times you just have to tell the least lie possible. Hands don't fill into little cubby holes that you can make a bid to exactly describe what you have. They cover a range of hands that you're describing. You know, you rebid 2 clubs, you could have anything between a 5-card club suit that can't bid no trump because you got 4 hearts, like in this situation, or a 6-card club suit, and you also have 4 hearts. So it covers a wide range of hands.
Wide ranging.
The more you bid along, the more narrow your description gets, and it gets closer to correctly identifying your hand. Again, we both bid the same in this. We got lucky that they didn't.
We got lucky.
Leave the ace of diamonds. After 5 diamond tricks.
So we're all in agreement again there. These guys are very like-minded. A partnership made in heaven. Still just the 5 imps in it as we head into the last board.
So 4th in hand, last board. 0-all. I've got a nice hand again, and an obvious 1 spade opening. Fairly simple 2 club rebid, and partner invites. So I've got a 12 count only. It's a nice 12 count. 10 of spades is good. But I'm not going to push on this hand. Let's pass and hope we make 8 tricks. Okay. Partner has a good 11 that a lot of people would have opened. And I've got good heart intermediates. Should stop the opponent setting up too many heart tricks. I've got potential tricks in clubs and diamonds. So let's see how many top tricks I'm going to have. And I have 2 diamonds and 2 clubs is 4. A heart in the lead 5. And at least 1 spade, 6. So choices now depending on whether I win the first heart or whether the opponents win the first heart. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to win the first heart. And then I have to decide where to go for my tricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I could set up an extra trick in clubs by cashing ace king other. That would give me 1 extra. I could go after diamonds in a number of different ways, which could give me 1 or 2 extra tricks. or I could go after spades. If I go after spades, I have a number of different ways I could go after them. I could play a spade to the king, and if that holds, then switch to one of the other suits, or I could run the 9 of spades, and that lose to the jack, use one of my entries to dummy to drive out the ace, and hopefully end up with enough spade tricks to make my contract. So that look like it's best. Okay. And they might duck the 9 of spades. And the 9 of spades might hold a trick, which will perhaps change things, but I think that's the best course of action for now. So I'm going to win the first heart. I'm going to play the 9 of spades, planning to run it unless something unusual happens. That's a little unexpected, but not a bad thing to be happening. What would his diamonds be now to switch to a diamond? Looks like Doubleton. Anyhow, I'm going to be winning that and continuing my plan of driving out the ace of spades. And I have to avoid pitching a heart on this trick because they have 2 hearts set up at this point. So I'm going to throw a club. This is good news for me because now I can, the 9 of hearts, the king of hearts are gone. So I would be able to lose a heart on this lead and then later on drive out the remaining heart, set up an extra heart winner. They might continue hearts for me now and make it simple. Okay, now he's continue diamonds. Looks like the queen of diamonds is offside. Is there any advantage to winning the ace of diamonds? No. Oh. That was a strange switch. Queen 7 to 5 diamonds. These tricky little robots. Okay, so I'm making lots of tricks now. The spades break. They don't. So but I do have some squeeze chances, so I'm going to cash my second last spade. I'm going to take the marked diamond finesse, cash the ace of diamonds, and then hope the clubs are coming in. Nope. Oh, yes. Got ahead of myself. 10 tricks. Unfortunately, I wasn't in Trino Trump.
Easy to lose track of those little clubs. Some interesting points in the play once again, and plenty of tricks to be made, but it doesn't look remotely sensible to bid game. Same contract again for these harmonious Hibernians?
Now here we go. Last board, and I have 12 points open bid. I'm going to start with 1 spade. Partner is 1 of trump. Again, if I had a weak hand with 5-4-2-2, certainly with 4 of a minor. I'm likely, if a very weak hand, I might pass, but I have an unbalanced hand here. I have 5, 4, 3, 1, so I have to introduce my second suit with 2 clubs. What we do know is game is very unlikely. Partner is inviting us to game, going to have 11 points. Likely not to have 4 clubs because it could have shown the same type of hand by bidding 3 clubs. So likely to have hearts and diamonds. Might even have a singleton spade. But I don't really have any expectation of making game. The only thing that's good about my hand is my decent spade suit with the 10 of spades, but I can't bring myself to with 3 no trump, so I'm going to pass. So yeah, sort of partner has what I expected. 11 points. Singleton spade is obviously not very good for us. Probably was a bit too strong to bid 3 clubs. I'm glad to be in no trump probably. I have lots of ways to make my contract here. I even have a decent chance of making more tricks. So we start off with the 9. So, okay, so we don't know where the ace is yet, but we're going to win with the king, obviously. Now we want to make 8 tricks. So we've got the ace king of diamonds, ace king of clubs, and we've got king of hearts. So we need 3 more tricks to make our contract. If we start playing on clubs or diamonds, we're going to create potentially extra losing tricks for us, especially if the cards are positioned badly. But if I know I can knock out the ace and jack of spades, I can get myself potentially 3 spade tricks to go with my other 5. So to me that's the best way of making the contract. Now you could probably make it other ways, but if the clubs break 4-1 or something like that, or if the spades are really bad for me and they're 5-2, I can fall back on diamond tricks. So I'm going to start with a spade. And I'm going to finesse, run the 9. I don't care if it loses to the jack. So I get a diamond switch, which I like because, it's sort of picking up a diamond potential position for me. But so I'm going to pull it off from dummy. I'm going to win. I'm going to drive on spades as well. King spades, pitching a club because I need to keep club. I've got 4 clubs opposite 4, so I don't mind if they come back now they come back a heart, so I can, which is going to potentially set up another heart trick for me. So I can, again, I want to keep my hand fluid as possible. So now I can pitch a club now and keep the. I'm very likely now to make 9 tricks now, aren't I? I can nearly. I can finesse this to guarantee 8 tricks and possibility of 9, and this is if the spades were breaking 4-3, this is your only way to have beaten me in 3 no trump, because I could just give them a heart trick. So I'm going to finesse. There's no harm in not finessing. I've only lost 3 tricks. I can lose this. I can lose to the queen of diamonds, and I can lose to the jack of hearts. So I've won this trick. So that's good news for me. So now I'm going to make, sort of good news from one number of tricks I make. Bad news that I'm only in 2 no trump. So now I can even overtake this with the 9 and cash a spade and see if the spades are breaking. So they're not breaking. But now I have an interesting situation because I may have a squeeze available. So I can pitch a club from my hand. And the 10 of spades, we know that's a winner, and I can pitch a heart because it's no good to me. Now, if this person, they started with 5 spades, and if they started with 3 clubs, I am going to be able to squeeze them because they have to make 2 discards. They're going to be, I think they're in big trouble here. Well, if they started with 2 clubs, they can just pitch their clubs. Yeah, well, okay, so they're going to pitch their. They have to be left with Jack of Hearts and the winning spades. So the clubs were 3-2, but the other way. So I'm going to make 9 tricks. Unfortunately, I was only in 2 trump, but I had a very minimal hand. Oh, I missed a mischief club pitch somewhere. Oh yeah, he started with single diamond. Sorry, he was scores earlier.
Again, identical options. We both stopped in 2 no trump, and we both tackled the play exactly the same. Going after the spades seemed like the safest route to 8 tricks.
Yeah, it is basically almost certainly guarantees your tricks. They can't really continue parts without giving you another heart trick, and you're definitely going to make at least 8 tricks by tackling spades. And again, if the spades happen to be 5, 2, and they don't give you 3 tricks,
we had other possibilities.
Suits you can do.
Yeah,
and again, it was another hand that as soon as the second diamond is played, the hand was squeezed to give you your 9 tricks.
Yes. We had the same ending. And funnily enough, we both missed the club discard, and it's a very almost identical identical ending. Thinking that
we're in different houses, I swear.
Yes.
Is there no end to the congruence between these guys? We probably didn't need to show Tom's play of board 8, as it's so similar, but it's great to listen to these players thinking aloud, even if we know how the cards lie. A victory for John just on the one hand then. Case for a rematch? Tom seemed keen. We'd love to have you back, guys. We're profoundly grateful for your time, and it's been fun. It's been educational, and I feel totally validated by hearing you say auction like that.